Sylvia and welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm a virtual assistant and social media manager from Portugal, and in today's video I'll be talking to you about Instagram business growth. Now this one was a requested one. I've been getting a lot of requests to share my growth strategies, so that's what I'm doing today. Let's be honest, if you have an Instagram for your business, you obviously want to see it grow, right? You want to get more followers, more people engaging with your posts, and hopefully even ideal clients in your DMs. And yes, more followers doesn't equal more success and more clients. Next week's video is actually about vanity metrics and why I hate them and why you should focus on instead. So if you want to watch that, make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss out when that one comes out. So with that being said, today I'm bringing you the 3 ways you can grow your audience on Instagram with actual ideal clients that want to follow you, engage with your content, and eventually buy from you. So if you're interested, just stick on watching. My number 1 tip would be to use hashtags. Now, if you've been following me here or on Instagram for a while, you'll know I'm a big hashtag fan. I actually did a whole hashtag challenge back in February, which I then turned into a Skillshare class. So I'll leave both that playlist and the Skillshare class link down below so you can go watch it if you're interested. But hashtags are really the best way, especially for smaller accounts, to be found. Because think about it, when you're new and you don't have a lot of followers, people have to find your content some other way, right? Like your content won't show up in many people's home feed, so hashtags are usually the answer. If used correctly, you can get your hashtags to put your posts in front of more of your ideal audience that will then engage with your content and follow you, so they show up in more of their home feeds. Right now I have around 700 followers at the time that I'm recording this video, so that's not that much the case right now. I have way more people finding my posts through the home feed rather than the hashtags, but I still get some traction from those hashtags that I use, so I'll keep on using them. And basically, if you take anything from this video at all, is to use all the 30 hashtags, especially if you're a smaller account. Please use all 30 hashtags and please make them relevant ones. Don't use hashtag love, you know that's a big pet peeve of mine. Don't use bigger hashtags with millions and millions of posts. Make sure you're using smaller hashtags and make them relevant. Again, I'll link the playlist for the challenge that I did about hashtags here on YouTube, and I'll also link my Skillshare class. You can always take that one for free with my link, so you literally aren't missing out on anything. And in there, I go through how to pick the right hashtags for you, what hashtags are too big and what hashtags are just right, and kind of the formula that I was using back then. I'm using a different one now, but that one works just fine, and it's great for the people that don't know what to hashtag. So make sure you check that one out. And yeah, if you have any questions about that hashtag class on Skillshare, make sure you leave them in the comment section on that class and I'll get back to you ASAP. My second tip to grow your Instagram is to use stories. Now, after you get people to see your posts through hashtags and consequently follow you and engage with your content, you want to keep them interested, you want to keep them engaged. This is especially super important if you have a personal brand of your own. You need to be showing up on video, you need to be face to camera and talking to your followers and teaching them things, sharing about your personal life. Share it all. Don't be afraid to get on camera and talk to them. And I know sometimes people struggle with this. They're either not comfortable on camera or they just don't know what they're talking about, what they have to say. For the confidence part, I'd say practice makes perfect. I mean, that sounds pretty corny, but it's true. If you show up on stories every day, you'll eventually get more natural speaking to a camera, and it won't won't seem so daunting because literally nothing bad can happen. And don't forget, stories disappear after 24 hours, so if you mess up tomorrow, no one will see it and no one will remember. That's also why you need to keep on making them, because people have a short-term memory. And for the content part, if you just don't know what to post on stories, what to talk about, again, you can share bits of your personal life and your work life, share what you're working on for the day, share what your kids did or what your cat did. Like, I share a lot about my cats and people seem to love that. But I also suggest, if you're posting, let's say 3 times a week or 5 times a week on your feed, talk about those posts in your stories. Let's say today you have a post all about Mickey Mouse in your feed. Just talk about Mickey Mouse in your stories. Try to read that post again and then explain it with other words in your stories. Talk directly to the camera about Mickey Mouse, about how you love it, and whatever else you mentioned in your post. Don't be afraid to repurpose your content. Some people, I'll say, they learn better reading your feed posts. So they learn better by reading something that's structured in front of them. Other people will learn better from hearing from you and hearing someone actually talking through the things with them. So it's really great to have both, so you can cater to more people, let's say. And also, you gotta remember that some people just watch stories and others just read through feed posts. I personally don't really care that much about feed posts. I spend most of my time on Instagram watching stories, so I rarely notice that someone uses the same content on their feed and on their stories. And trust me, the few ones that notice that you're repurposing your content, they won't care. They won't mind, and especially if your content is helpful for them and teaching them something or whatever it is your content is doing, they won't mind to seeing it twice and they can always skip through it. Like, don't forget that. And the last tip that I have for you today to grow your audience on Instagram, this one is super, super, super important. Like, they all are. They need to be a package deal. You need to be making a bit of every single one. Sorry, that's just the truth. But you gotta do engagement. Now, I can even start to tell you how important it is that you're active on Instagram and that you engage with other accounts. It's called social media for a reason, people. I like to say you can't just post and ghost. Sorry, you really can't. I try to schedule my posts for every day at 5 p.m., for example. And why? That's not necessarily when most of my audience is on, but that's when I have the time to go in for 20 to 30 minutes and engage with my ideal audience. You gotta remember that engagement, it's kind of a two-way street. The more you give it to others, the more you'll get for yourself. So it's kind of a no-brainer. And by engaging, I don't mean just going ahead and liking all of their posts. You gotta be leaving thoughtful comments, not just emojis. You read through their posts. I know it takes time, but it's so worth it. Trust me. And if their content resonates with you, follow them, DM them, let them know why you like their content, so they also know what to improve on, what people are resonating with. Let me know if you'd like to see a video just on engagement on Instagram. I can certainly do that. And now, kind of a bonus tip. I know it takes a lot of time to engage on Instagram. I know. That's why my engagement packages on social media management are so pricey. It takes a lot of time, let's be honest. But it's so worth it, like I've said a million times already. I'm talking from personal experience. I started my account in January, and back then I was working 50 plus hours a week. So I had little to no time to engage on Instagram. So you can imagine my account wasn't growing that much. It was growing around 100 followers a month, which isn't that bad considering the work I was putting in. So I was never mad at those results. But right now I'm doing way more engagement. Granted, with more followers come more followers, and it's easier to grow. But right now I'm growing around 100 followers per week, so you can see the difference there. And something I recently started using was Kicksta. Now, I'm usually not one for bots. You know me, I hate them with a passion. But Kicksta is not your regular bot. Kicksta doesn't leave comments, so they don't leave those spammy emoji comments like I was talking to you about before. They don't follow people, they don't automatically DM them with your link. They don't respond to stories, they don't respond to those question stickers, nor respond to polls, which I hate. I'm so grateful that they're not doing that. What Kicksta basically does is they just leave likes. Now, as I said, you need to do more than just leaving likes, so I always recommend that you do something else. You do your own engagement on top of Kicksta's engagement, but it's a great help to have. I'd say if you're using Kicksta, you can cut down on 10 to 15 minutes of your own engagement time, but still, keep on doing it as much as you can, because yeah, you'll get the results of the work you put in, trust me. But how Kicksta basically works is, depending on your plan, you can pick up to 10 or up to 40 accounts that are similar to yours. So let's say you're a business coach. You'll say to Kicksta, well, here's 10 other business coaches that offer similar services to me. And then what Kicksta does is they go through those people's followers and they start engaging, aka liking, their photos. So since those people are already following people that are similar to you, they'll be more likely to engage with your own content and follow you, of course. Now, I've only been trying Kicksta for less than a month now, so I'll definitely have to try it for a bit longer to see the results that they can give me. I talked to them actually before doing this video, and they told me they're working on something, a way to tell you how many followers came from Kicksta and how many came from your own engagement efforts. So if they add that until I release this video, I'll leave that in the description. But anyway, I'll leave a link to them in the description so you can go check them out for yourself. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll keep you updated on my results with Kicksta. And yeah, that was pretty much it for today's video. I hope I helped you in any way and you learned some new tactics that you can implement on your own account. Please let me know in the comments or shoot me a DM on Instagram telling me which of these are you trying out first, and tell me the results. I'd love to hear it. As always, don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video, and I'll talk to you next Friday. Bye!